Hello, and welcome to The Tracy Show. Ladies and gentlemen, this is horrible. These people had me in tears. Please watch.
That's all. We didn't hurt anybody. We don't deserve this.
What does having this distribution mean?
It means a lot to me. It means the world to me what they're doing. Because sometimes you feel forgotten. You go to work to help people. That's our job, to help people. That's all we do. We go in every single day. This is day 28. The last paycheck we got was for 7 days through the end of September. And that's it. But we've been there every single day. We've been there every day. Who's thinking of us? We didn't hurt anybody. I promise you, we give our best. We have good people that go to work every single day to give their best. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Remind you, the government shutdown is all in Project 2025. Don't believe me? Google Project 2025 government shutdown. Trump and the Heritage Foundation thinks they can wipe out TSA, FAA, the Veterans Affairs. They think they can wipe everything out and then start all over. So TSA workers, show them what you can do. After you Google that, come back here and tell me something else that you learned about Project 2025, the one that Trump denied and then admitted to about a month ago, and that all his people are in the government from Project 2025. I should say he thinks, but Donald Trump doesn't really think. So that's what they have planned. They think they're gonna get rid of everybody and then just start all over again. So this has all been part of the plan. The government shutdown is part of the plan. The icing on the cake is not releasing the Epstein files. I'm gonna drop a little tidbit here for you. Just go ahead and Google it. And if you're a Trump supporter, wait until...
In Northern Virginia today,
Hello.
a line of cars that stretched nearly a mile, made of federal workers stretched thin by the government shutdown.
The funds that I do have are pretty much depleted by this point.
It's the third day the Capital Area Food Bank has specifically served federal employees.
This one's dry goods.
This time at two different locations. Unpaid workers and contractors waiting in line said they've had to make cutbacks, like Valley Bennett, a single mother who works for the Department of Homeland Security.
I have a kid in college, a senior in high school. A senior in high school, you know, it's a lot of celebration, a lot of things that you want to do since it's your last year in high school, and we have to slow down all the activities.
More than 1 million federal employees today missed their first full paychecks since the shutdown began. That includes Zeleny Johnson, a mother of 3 who works for the U.S. Navy.
It feels terrible. Yeah. It feels really bad. It's definitely not a good feeling to not get one today, but then to also know that you don't know when the next one is coming either.
That after Senate Republicans and Democrats yesterday blocked each other's bills to pay some or all workers in the shutdown. Many federal employees were feeling or anticipating pain in their pocketbooks before today. Lines formed earlier this week at the Capital Area Food Bank's first distribution in Prince George's, Maryland, and its 300 boxes of goods ran out with people still waiting. And today, with cars lining up starting at 5:30 a.m., there was even more demand, and again, not enough supply.
We are likely going to run out of food before you get to the front of the line. So this is our pantry network. Additional places to access food will be back next week. I'm so sorry.
It is a national story, with food banks ramping up around the country. In Phoenix, the Society of St. Vincent de Paul started making extra meals and collecting donations in the first week of the shutdown. And as TSA officers work without pay, airports are stepping up with donation drives, including at Las Vegas International.
Las Vegas sees millions of passengers come through our airport, and those federal entities provide vital services for safety and flight safety and airport terminal safety.
And in Salt Lake City, Utah.
These are our neighbors, whether you know them or not. These federal employees are Utahns, they are Salt Lakers.
The shutdown is compounding already worsening food and hunger issues. Before the shutdown, the Capital Area Food Bank's annual report for the D.C. area found a notable rise in the most severe food shortage, people considered very food insecure. it is government job related. As of May, 41% of households that lost a job connected to the government were food insecure. That's compared to 17% for households that did not experience a job loss. As the last box of food went into the cars today, significantly earlier than the food bank had planned, a lingering common thought from federal workers: don't forget them in all of this.
Just think about the American people that are out here working really hard just to survive. Just remember that.
The Capital Area Food Bank in Washington is planning its next distribution event tomorrow, and they only expect demand to grow as this shutdown continues. For more, I'm joined by the organization's CEO, Radha Muthaiya. Radha, let me start right off the bat here with, we know demand has increased. How much has it increased by, and what do you see as far as the need in weeks ahead?
The demand has increased considerably over the course of this year. And what we've seen in particular is food insecurity is higher amongst former federal government workers, those who were laid off over the course of the spring and this summer. So we have already been doubling our distributions since pre-pandemic, and also adding another 5 to 7 million more meals that we're distributing into our community this year as a result of these federal policy shifts.
Do you have the resources to handle the demand you expect and the demand you're experiencing right now because of the shutdown?
The only way in which we're able to increase the amount of food that we distribute into the community is through the generosity of those around us and who are able to support us in the community. These are individuals, companies, foundations who've really risen to the occasion, having seen this incredible need across the community.
I hear that strategy, I hear that community that you're relying on, but how do you feel about the potential need ahead? This shutdown could go on for weeks more.
We are concerned about how long this shutdown is going to go on for. Our hope is that this shutdown will really come to an end pretty quickly. Our worry is that for each additional week that we have the shutdown, we're seeing just an incredible level of demand in the community. To give you an example, at the 5 distributions we had this week, what we had planned for, we had to double. And even then, people left without getting food. So as we look ahead to next week, we're planning for about 400 families that we can provide food for at each of these different distributions.
Today, when I was speaking with workers, one of them, I was in her car. She was told that you may run out of food before she got to the front of the line. And I saw her face immediately start to crumble. She almost started sobbing in front of me. She recovered quickly, but what is this telling you about where federal workers are now, and especially what this year has been like for them? How is this different maybe than other shutdowns?
There's just tremendous anxiety across our community at this stage. People are already destabilized as a result of so many of the federal policy shifts earlier this year. And now they're struggling because they're uncertain whether this is just a temporary loss of income and a cash flow issue, or whether they are going to be paid at all, for this period of time. And so we've heard from so many, like the woman who you saw today, who are trying to negotiate their utility bills. They're trying to pay for basic things on credit card just to get by. So there's just tremendous anxiety across the community.
You've been through other shutdowns. Is this one different in any way?
This shutdown is really different for 2 reasons. One, it comes on top of the layoffs that have occurred in our community. And so that is significant as well. And number 2, people are really concerned about how long this is going to go on for, and really whether this is a loss of income and a cash flow issue, or whether they will be reimbursed for this period of time.
Radha Muthaiya, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
My apartment community just sent out this email, and all I can do is shake my head, because all of this because y'all did not, let me rephrase, all of this because they didn't want to vote for the black lady who liked to laugh. Meemaw will not have a Thanksgiving turkey because she ain't got no SNAP benefits. The green bean casserole might need to be canceled. Thanksgiving 2025. We are being taxed without representation in D.C. And everything that Black Lady told y'all was going to happen is happening.
This is what, day 33 of the government shutdown as a government employee. Going to work today was depressing. Everybody was sad. Everybody had a story to tell. I had a coworker that told me her child got put out of daycare because she couldn't make the payments. I have another coworker that said she cried in the car before getting out to come into work because her house, her rent, she can't push it back. I have been laughing through this pain. Everybody has a different struggle. I have my own struggle. Navy Federal gave me a $2,000 loan. I paid the rent. I have gas and food left over. That's it, $200. That's almost gone because that was given before rent was even due. There's people that are trying to work second jobs. There are people that are trying to figure out their struggles during the shutdown. One dude told me his car broke down. He couldn't pay the deductible for them to do the work that they needed to do on it. Everybody's just sad. And I'm trying to keep praying. I'm trying to keep positive. I'm trying to keep pushing because it's about to get real rough. If this goes out even for another week, a lot of people's lives are gonna change. Kids have missed Halloween. My coworkers' kids have missed Halloween. They couldn't dress up in their costumes and go to school like the other little kids in their classroom because we can't afford it. We can't afford the extra expenses because everything is being taken. T-Mobile had the nerve to ask me, when do you know, when will you have the money for your bill? Do you know? How am I supposed to know? I told you the government is shut down and this is why I'm trying to push my bill back. I'm gonna breathe tonight.
It's day 35, y'all, of the federal government shutdown. And I walk around every day like I'm okay, but I'm not okay. I haven't had a paycheck in a whole month. And all everybody keeps saying is, but you're going to get back pay, you're going to get back pay. What about pay right now? I got bills that need to be paid. I've maxed out my credit card. I got car note, house note. I have a 16-year-old that's going to her junior prom this year. Dues need to be paid. I try to make my little TikToks just to make myself smile and laugh. Whether I get a like or two, I like it, so that's all that matters. But this is really getting frustrating, and there's not a whole lot of talk about it. It's just a bunch of chaos. Day 35, still no resolution. This is about to pass the last furlough or shutdown. Like, that's no constellation for me. It's like now it's a game. This is not a game. Y'all playing with people's lives. Real lives. Real lives are being affected here. You can't get no assistance because when you go somewhere and they look at your income, you make too much. I'm not making anything. My last 2 pay stubs said 0. I can't get no help. What am I supposed to do? I'm trying not to curl up in a ball and cry because that's just not my nature. But that's what I feel like. I feel like I need to go and hide underneath a rock until hopefully things get better. I don't ever want to go through anything like this again. And it's really hard. All I can ask for is some prayers for everybody, because it's not just me. It's a lot of people that's affected by this furlough, this shutdown, this whatever they want to call it. Just pray for us. Pray for insight. Pray for a sound mind, because everybody doesn't have a sound mind. Just keep us lifted up in prayer. And if you see my little videos, just like them. Just something. That made me feel better too. But for right now, just keep us federal employees in your prayers. And hope that it passes.
I'm a federal government employee who has been furloughed for the last month due to the government shutdown. Yeah, it's been fun. Not really. Been stressful, been tight, been worrisome. Today we were ordered to sign on to our GFE to sign a new furlough agreement. And when we did, we noticed that the clause that had previously been in there that guaranteed us back pay for when the government reopens had been deleted. That's right, this administration, this cabinet, this whoever, they're trying to do everything they can not to pay us when the government reopens, to the fact where they are now deleting clauses out of the furlough agreements, which, you know, when we sign, we agree to the terms. We were forced to sign that today. However, my team and I consulted, and when we replied to the email, we included this language. I acknowledge receipt of this notice. I am signing with the understanding that under the Government Employee Fair Treatment Act of 2019, all federal employees affected by a lapse in appropriations are legally entitled to receive back pay for the furlough period once appropriations are restored. My signature does not waive or alter any rights afforded under the law. My whole team copied and pasted this in our reply with our newly signed furlough agreements. If you are a furloughed government employee who is being ordered to sign this new furlough agreement, I suggest you put this text in your email as well. Make sure when you respond, you provide some sort of information like this, basically saying that you're not waiving or altering your rights afforded to you under the law. Protect yourself.
Day 37 of the shutdown, utterly devastating, but looks like not just federal workers are impacted, but anyone that receives benefits after disasters. Nothing's being distributed, apparently. This is awful.
We're on day 37 of this government shutdown. I am a furloughed federal employee, and I'm scared. I am going to be so honest with you. Not only am I scared, but I'm enraged and I'm upset. I scroll through the news this morning and I see press conferences from last night about messages that are extremely important, but there's nothing up there about us. There's no talk about us whatsoever. There's no cry for us. There's no help for us. There's funds that have been found apparently, which is amazing for, you know, certain aspects, but there's no funds for the people, the furloughed employees who are going into work every day, and we're on day 37 of not having a paycheck. They don't know how they're feeding their family. How are they getting to work? Why is this not an emergency? And let me be 100 with you too. I'm already hearing talk about more and more furloughed employees are needed to go back in, because guess what, y'all? We have our job for a reason. It is important. It contributes to this country in some sort of way. All federal furloughed employees, it contributes to this country in some sort of way that is considered essential, or we would not have these positions. Y'all don't get it. So more and more are going to be called to go back in, trust and believe, because we're past the longest shutdown ever. It's scary. We're hurting. It's an emergency for us as well. Please, people who are serving this country need help. And it's just going to get worse. I have to go now and put a smile on my face because I have parents.
With the government still shut down, nobody's stuff should be on the side of the road. No lights should be turned off. No water should be turned off. I mean, nothing. Because at this point, y'all want to keep it shut down, then y'all need to put everything at a halt, because some people are losing their jobs still, and some people ain't got money to pay their rent next month. So I feel like y'all need to go back like it's in COVID days. Make sure nobody is out their house or anything due to this government shutdown. Because at this point, what's next? What's next? And for the people that have lost their jobs, because I know a couple of people, and for the people that is going through this and going to work every day and not getting paid, my prayers is out to y'all, because this is a whole lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of stress on somebody. So I can just imagine what y'all going through right now. At this point, y'all really need to make sure that nobody's stuff is on the side of the road or anything. Nobody should be stressing on how they're going to pay their rent.
It's all fun and games until it lands on your front doorstep, right? I can't believe that it's human beings out here making fun of folks' demise. I woke up this morning and I saw a news article that said federal workers are going to work without pay. What the fuck is so funny about that? Getting laid off from your job. Don't know how you're going to pay your bills. Don't know how you're going to pay your car note. Don't know how you're going to feed your children. But y'all think it's funny. And all the people in the comments talking about, oh, this is what I voted for. You voted for folks to just lose everything and you thought that was funny until it hit your doorstep, right? Y'all are sick and y'all do not have a heart at all. If you're not rich, you need to be worried too. Because like I said before, it's us today, it might be you tomorrow. While y'all sitting back worried about folks running out of stores with buggies and stuff at Walmart, and y'all on social media laughing and going on and talking about y'all ready, this, that, and the other, you better hope one of the people that you're not laughing at is not your neighbor. Food stamps keep most of these businesses, grocery stores, in business. And to the folks that say shut the food banks down, I know right now in Greenville, South Carolina, and Spartanburg, they're getting a food bank together for all the federal workers that can't feed their family. And y'all want them to shut them down. Y'all are some hateful individuals. And you trying to say that you a child of God? I think fucking not. Because God don't like ugly. And all y'all are ugly as fuck right now. So instead of getting on the internet, sitting here picking at people that's losing out on their benefits and losing out on their income, losing out on everything, get on here and help with some suggestions of how they can make it through this hard time. Because I don't think kids losing school lunches is funny. Parents losing vouchers access so they can go to work and their children can go to daycare. Folks going to work without pay. Senior citizens losing benefits so they don't have any assisted living place to stay. I'm sorry, excuse me, but I missed the whole fucking joke. It is really getting sad out here. And everybody's saying, stop being scared, just pray. Baby, prayer without work is dead. And if you got most of the people that sitting here praising all these downfalls on everybody, it's not making it no better. You can pray all day, but what are you going to do after you pray? You got to get up and do something. And everybody is worried. Make sure y'all at the midterms, November 4th, voting, okay? Because it matters. And to you hateful folks, you better hope you don't walk out the door and fall in a hole or something and get hurt and maybe need some of these assistance out here. And get your ass up and see what you can do to help your community. Because laughing is not it. You're only making yourself a target.
Let's keep our prayers up for anyone and everyone who is going through it right now, through the loss of their job, loss of benefits, the Medicare, whatever. Let's keep prayers up. Please like this video, share this video, and please leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on what is going on. Thank you.